This is not true. The COVID-19 vaccines were all developed with the same safety and efficacy protocols in place for previous vaccines. In fact, the way they're developed is that there's 3 phases, and the third phase, which is the largest phase, for Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson, they had 44,000 people in that, and for the Moderna vaccine, there were over 30,000 people. They were all tracked for safety and efficacy and used in the same safety protocols as previous vaccines. What happened with COVID-19 vaccines is that it was an accelerated process. So it was actually an amazing process and collaboration of public and private partnerships, a large amount of funding, and really an emergency response to an emergency situation. And so the process was accelerated. The FDA had this emergency use authorization in place, which was amazing and allowed these vaccines to pass through the same safety protocols as previous vaccines in an accelerated fashion. Another very important point is that there are no known long-term effects of the COVID-19 vaccines. In fact, from any previous vaccines, there have been no long-term effects. We don't expect any from the COVID-19 vaccines as well. We do know that there are some short-term effects that are short-lived, from hours to a couple of days, and then they disappear. And it's important to know how the vaccine works. The messenger RNA itself this is the Pfizer Moderna vaccines. They are very fragile and they break down very quickly within hours and days in your body. And so then the effects end very quickly. Again, we know no long-term effects from these vaccines. They are up to this point safe and effective.